Here we are. The monster himself, Zhu Kan, fighting out of Beijing, China. An entire country hopes that this man can get the job done. It's Billy Dib.
This bout is scheduled for 10 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from Beijing, China, here is the acclaimed featherweight champion of the world, known as the Monster, Zhu Kan. Fighting out of the blue corner, from Sydney, Australia, here is a featherweight champion of the world.
All the talking has been done. Here we go, round one. Who's going to land the first big shot? They exchange punches. Neither one of them want this to go to the judges' scorecards. Nice counter shot. Swing and a miss with that jab. So much hype surrounding this big matchup as the hype continues to build for this showdown.
This is not just hype. We are in for something special tonight. What an arena, what an atmosphere, what a build-up.
Good counter punch. Jab slightly off target. These two are the perfect dance partners.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. That counter punch caught him clean. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Straight right just misses. Nice counter shot. The straight right just misses. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk about Zhu Kan in that last round. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they... There's the bell for round two. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Beautiful counter punch. He threw a punch and just got countered. When you're fighting a swarmer and you know their goal is to bury their head right in your chest, the uppercut would probably come in handy.
You're fighting the swarmer. Be smart, be sharp, concentrate, but you've got to be confident. Do not dance his dance because that swarmer, once you do that, you're giving a man a chance that shouldn't have one.
And he scores with the counter. Swing and a miss with the jab. Those counter punches have to hurt. How about that time counter shot? Just misses with that jab. Beautiful counter shot. Straight right just misses. A perfect counter lands. The straight right just misses. Well done with that counter shot. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Jukan in that last round. Well, we know they've got the advantage so far, but how does this match get turned around?
Dominance, without a doubt.
Here we go in round 3. Who's going to land the first big shot? They've got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Nice counter. There's a counter shot. This fighter embodies the cardinal rule of boxing. Hit and don't get hit.
If you're an outside fighter, you've got to use that straight jab, the straight right hands, the straight left hands. Doing it that way, it makes it so awkward for anybody to try and pin you down or even predict which way you're moving.
Throws the jab and doesn't score. A perfect counter shot. And they figure out the combination to this safe.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them more than happy.
They're both trying for a knockout. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Counter punch. Jab does not score. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Jukan in that last round. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round.
As long as they don't get...
On to the 4th we go. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Couldn't land that jab. Good counter punching. Well, you know with featherweights, the hands are going to be flying. A lot of punch output.
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you're not thinking. You've just got to be smarter than them. You've got to be like a little Fagin and pickpocket them.
That jab misses. At the halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
That counter shot lands. They both want a knockout, you can tell. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Cannot throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You'll get knocked out. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about Jukan in that last round. As bad as boxing judging can be sometimes, there's no doubt who won that round.
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as the fighter.
There's the bell to start round 5. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
two featherweights are going to let their hands go, you know that.
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
Straight right just misses. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. I can't believe we're only halfway through the round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
Throws the jab, but it doesn't score. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talk about Jukan in that last round. Talk about a one-sided 3 minutes. We just saw it.
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too easy?
On to the sixth round. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Nice counter punch. The courage on display here is incredible. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
I've seen some fights with a granite chin. You can hit them with a sledgehammer, they are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punchers with a chin like a crisp. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger spot.
This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
And he scores with the counter. Missing with the hook. Holding nothing back here in the round. Just when you thought we'd see a lull in the action, here we go again. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Billy Dib in that last round. You've heard the old phrase, this might come down to who wants it more, but it might come down to who's in better shape.
You cannot gas out if you prepared right, slept right.
Relax.
And there's the bell for round 7. Not sure these two fighters can keep up the pace we saw last round, but you know they're going to try.
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
Perfect counter shot. They call it the chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a glass chin? These are things that can affect the fight.
Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protecting everything around that. Work the body, use tactics. Sometimes it's all right to actually outbox a fight and beat them on points.
straight right just misses. A very competitive round here so far.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
These two fighters are made for one another. Both men step back for just a moment. That left-handed jab doesn't quite score. He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. And as we see it again in slow motion, there's no doubt. That body punch right there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Come to me.
Talk about Jukan in that last round. Let's see how the corner handles their fighter here after being dropped twice. There's the bell to start round 8. They've got to be feeling confident now after what happened last round.
2 knockdowns in that last round. There'll be sheer panic in that corner. What do? Do they throw the towel in? Do they let him come back out again? Because they know their fighter is like a lamb to the slaughter.
In the early rounds of a fight, you'll see two boxers feel each other out, test each other's power, and I think this boxer has decided I can walk through anything that lands.
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when I've done in the ring with fights like that, and you punch them, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out there because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
By the way, the connect percentages have to be off the charts. It's knockout or bust for both of these fighters. The work rate is down. The head isn't moving as well, Johnny. Fatigue is starting to set in.
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym. You can do it in the fight. They've got to relax.
They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Billy Dib in that last round. Now you start wondering how... There's the bell to start round 9. Fatigue is setting in. Let's see how they handle it here in this round.
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
Defense on that hook. There's a counter shot. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Energy and endurance are not... And down goes Billy Dib. Everything looks better in slow motion. Let's take another look.
I've got to see that again.
The referee says they can continue, but how much more do they have left?
The corner need to think nice and sharp. They know their fight. They know what their fight is capable of doing and what their fight can and cannot take. This is going to be a tough decision to make.
Halfway through the round, and they're struggling a little bit.
It's not forever hope. Remember the fighter Evander Holyfield? He could be behind on points up until the last 10 seconds, but he's fighting like he's going to pull it back. That's the kind of hope we need to see.
Every time they... And as you can see here, a picture-perfect punch did the trick.
I need to see that again.
Continue.
As we enter the final 10 seconds here, it's probably a round he'd rather forget. Let's talk about Billy Dib in that last round. Is there any way back into this fight after the beating he has taken so... It's round 10. It's been a nightmare so far. What can they do to turn this around?
2 knockdowns and you're coming back from that. That's near on impossible because your head must be all over the place. Your legs will feel like jelly. What can they tell you in the corner? All they can do is wake you up. They can't...
Hold on, gotta cut you off here. That punch to the head looks so good live. Let's see it again in slow motion and really appreciate it.
Where did that come from? What?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Give me your glove.
They got knocked down, but didn't stay down. Once again, showing you how much grit and courage this fighter has.
Gotta waste time. Get step behind the referee. When he comes close, tie him up. The referee's then gotta paw you. Walk around the ring. You've just got to make the most of it, because if you let him jump back on you again, he's going to get momentum and pull you down again, and that's a lot of points to lose in the round.
We need to turn this around halfway through.
There's a lot of work to do, and you know what? It's hard to pull back. Don't get into the habit of losing. Don't get into the habit of being second place. You've got to change the habit. You've got to change something, because otherwise, why should it change?
Done with that counter shot. What heart, what desire, but at what cost? Straight right just misses. Final 10 seconds here, and the corner better get warmed up. They've got some work to do. No surprise as we get a unanimous decision there.
This is the last thing we expected. What a fight, what a style, what a pace to get a unanimous decision. That is mad.